everyone, and welcome back to another Storytime video. And today, since we're less than 2 weeks away from Valentine's Day, I thought that I would talk about a Valentine's Day type story once again for you guys today. Now, I have waited years and years, a long time, to tell this story, but I think that the time has come where I can finally talk about this, where enough time has passed to where I can really talk about this. Now, this is a story where a fan of mine fell in love with me. Now, I'm not just talking about a girl that I dated that didn't know about my channel that then became a fan like, you know, I've kind of had in the past. No, this is kind of the opposite. Now, I am currently in a happy relationship with somebody that I've been dating for a while now, and I believe this woman is married now. At least she was engaged last time I talked to her, and she was telling me about how she and her fiance were planning to move in together and all this other stuff. But so I met this person on one of the old Minecraft servers that I used to play on back when I played Minecraft for this channel. And so we started to talk and, you know, Skype, and then play Minecraft, and then play other stuff like Terraria and some Far Cry 5 and stuff like that. We even played Portal 2 together as well. And when there was a time where, like, a year after we had started to talk and get to know each other and really communicate and all that, we were both single at the time, and we were Skyping late one night where I didn't have to work, and she was like, hey, I've got something that I want to tell you. And I was like, okay, well, whatever you want to get off your chest, that's completely fine. And she was like, hey, I think I like you. Like, I think I love you. And she kind of giggled a little bit. And, you know, I was taking it back because I didn't think that she was into me like that. Now, granted, you know, you gotta remember that I was younger, and as I've gotten a little bit more life experience, I don't want to say older because I'm still pretty young, but as I've gotten more life experience, I've started to realize, you know, more of the telltale signs. But back then, when this occurred, I didn't really know about the telltale signs, at least one or two of them, that probably would have let me know, to where back then, like, you would have had to tell me, hey, I like you, because I just didn't know one way or the other, so I had no idea. But nowadays, you know, I am able to kind of pick up on that stuff, and, you know, there, at an old job that I had, there was somebody that liked me, was kind of obsessed with me, and I was kind of able to tell. For example, just throwing that out there. But um I'm not going to talk about her. I'm not going to talk about former coworker, which she didn't really make any advances, so I wasn't really worried. Anyway, so sorry, I don't know why coughing all of a sudden, but the one girl and I didn't date, because, well, I didn't ask her and she didn't, like, ask me, if I wanted to be her boyfriend. I think a little bit partly because, well, I think mainly because she had in her mind that, which I fully agree with. Now, I mean, I don't think it's a written rule or an unwritten rule or that you're wrong if you don't do this, but in my opinion, the guy should ask the girl to be his. But, I mean, everybody's different. I'm not trying to say that anybody's wrong. If the girl goes up to a guy and says, "Hey, you want to be my boyfriend?" I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think that, I've always asked the girl that I'm interested in, or the woman that I'm interested in, like, "Hey, would you like to be my girlfriend?" Instead of them going, "Hey, James, would you like to be my..." No. And so she left it up to me if I was going to ask her. And I think she did want me to ask her, of course, because otherwise she wouldn't have said what she said. But you see, it was a bit tricky because I was interested, and I think she could have been a pretty good girlfriend. If I remember correctly, she's a little bit younger than I am, but if she is younger by like a year or two, no more than 2 years younger than I am, but I think she was like a year younger, or is a year younger than I am. But it was just too long distance. Like, she lived so far away from me that I just... And when I say long distance, by car, it probably would have taken me, like, I don't know, 15, 16 hours, and I'm just guesstimating. 15, 16 hours to get where she lives. I mean, I'd have to look it up, but that's just a rough estimate there. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was even more than that. But I just I just wasn't exactly, and I don't know why I'm coughing right now, but I wasn't exactly interested in long distance like that. I mean, sure, some people make it work, and more power to those people, but like 16 hours away, like, you would see them, like, very rarely. And I think I could make it work too, but I just... it's not something that I necessarily wanted to do, and I let her know about all this, and, well, my reason. So it's not like I left her in the dark or anything, and she understood, and we still played stuff together. for a few years until I think she did get married, and maybe, well, she admitted to me at some point that her fiance or whatnot, whatever they are at this point, didn't necessarily want her to play games with other guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't played anything with her in a few years after we would regularly play stuff. Especially during COVID, we would regularly play stuff when I was off for several weeks from work. Because the job I had at the time, you couldn't do from home. I mean, so, but yeah, that was the story of a fan that fell in love with me. And I'm not just talking about like, oh, I love you, I love your content, all that stuff. No, I built a meaningful connection with this person. And so this was not just some random fan that loved my content and loved me like a one way. No, this was a two-way. Which, by the way, I do appreciate all the support and all that, so I'm not trying to say anything negative about that. It's just that, this was something where I could have pursued romantically easily. But looking back on it, yeah, she kind of did throw out some hints and stuff, but I just, like I said earlier, I just had no earthly idea that she was actually doing that. But, yeah. I think that will do it for me today. I hope you all have a safe and happy Valentine's Day here in a couple weeks. Whether you guys are going to go out the Wednesday after this coming Wednesday on Valentine's Day, I know that I'll probably have to wait the weekend because I work throughout the week, even though I'll see about doing something on Wednesday. It would probably have to wait until Saturday. Potentially Friday, but probably Saturday. But yeah, I hope you all have a safe and happy Valentine's Day. And remember, if you're single, you can always take advantage of half-price chocolate and stuff after Valentine's Day if that is your thing as well. So keep that in mind. And see us, guys. I do believe that will do it for this storytime video. And until next storytime video, I will see you later. Goodbye, guys. Thank you all for watching.